Hello there, and welcome to Fallout 4. This is a game I've been wanting to stream for pretty much ever since I started streaming. It's been right up there at the top of my list. I just never really got around to it. Also, unlike other Bethesda games of its timeline, like, Skyrim and, well, just Skyrim, really. Unlike Skyrim, this one I've actually only ever played, like, maybe once or twice, and it's been well over a year. So, yeah. I can't actually remember which routes I went through with those, but I do kind of vaguely remember the playstyles. One was just like sneaky, stealthy, use the Deliver, which is like a silent pistol with very low AP cost. And I can't remember what the other playthrough was. I think that one was more of a sniper build. But I ran a Twitter poll, and it came down to either big guns or melee. And so I had to do a tiebreaker poll. And Big Guns was the winner, so we're going to be doing a Big Guns playthrough. I do have a few mods installed. Let me just first go through those. And then you will be able to see. Also, Vtuber Studio seems to have freaked out a little bit. None of those are my mods. Hang on. Okay, I'm assuming that's assuming mods from the creation clip, which I do not use. But I do have a handful of mods installed. They're just like three, I think. 3 mods. I've got the unofficial patch. I've got one that adds queer flags as a thing that you can craft and put in your settlement, and I've added a replacer mod to replace in-game music with stuff that will not get any copyright strikes. Theoretically. That's a completely theoretically. Who knows if it will or won't. But without further ado, let's get into this. Let's start Fallout. Once it loads. Here we go. Fallout 4.
War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself. For my wife. For my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes. War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
So that is one of the most chilling openings to any of the Fallout games that I've ever seen. It really goes a lot more into detail of, like, kind of the build-up to everything. Like, it connects the dots between the end of World War II and the Great War that happened in 2077 when the bombs dropped and everything got destroyed. It kind of connects the dots there. You know, we had a moment of peace where we were using nuclear power to, like, develop society and everything. And then eventually there was a resource shortage, which led to many problems, and basically it boiled down to war. And the thing about war is when one or both sides have access to nuclear weapons, that can cause many issues. So that's kind of the case here. Basically, if you don't know Fallout, the entire concept of Fallout is essentially, you know, the whole mutually assured destruction thing that went on during the Cold War between the USSR and, like, the USA. Fallout basically is a scenario in which mutually assured destruction actually occurs. So yeah, but we're not quite there yet. We're still living in, like, you know, our harmony.
Hey, my turn, big guy.
I mean, there's certainly some political tensions going on elsewhere in the world, but for the most part, we're doing fine. Anyway, let's get to character creation here. Just gonna hop through these presets. Honestly, none of them look super fantastic. A lot of them have good old-fashioned Bethesda face. Let's see. Yeah, there's not really much I can do. I can at least do with, like, the eye. Hang on. Eyes. Change the eye color. There we go. So, eye color. Blue hazy. Ooh. We have purple. Why is purple not an option? We've got blue. We've got green, pale blue, steel, light gray looks kind of purplish. Hazel green, hazel blue, light green, green aqua, dark gray. No purple eyes, really. I do gotta say, blue hazy looks kind of interesting. We're gonna go with light gray, because that one seemed...
Such pretty eyes.
Yeah. Let's see. Can we also go through the different types of eyes?
I think Sean has my eyes.
No, I'm not done. Yeah, basically this is
You do know you've got the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen.
good old character creation. We're not gonna spend too long on it, but the thing is, in Fallout
looks nice.
4, compared to any of the other big Bethesda releases, like Skyrim and Fallout 3 and whatever, just any of those first-person games that give you the
Sean
option to
totally
do
has your
character
eyes.
creation, none of them have you looking at your character's face nearly as
I
much as this
still
one
got it.
does. Granted, this one is that's kind of all reliant on
Sean
how
totally
much
has
you
your
wear, like a certain face. How much you wear a certain like armor piece covering your
Oh, yeah.
eyes.
Yeah,
So
that
you may
works.
or may not actually see it, but you're at least given the option. Anyway, what did I
do know
like
you've got the most beautiful eyes I've
here?
ever seen.
Piercing, there we go. I liked the piercing eyes. Piercing was good. There we go. Was there anything else I really care for? And there's forehead. Yeah, eyebrows.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Let's see here.
My beautiful wife.
Really not a lot of choices you're giving me here, game. I guess we'll just keep average. Yeah, forehead, mouth, however, let's see what types of mouths we have.
I like that.
Another thing about Fallout 4 is
You have great lips. You
it
know?
having a voice protagonist, which is the first of its kind in the Fallout in the
I
Bethesda
still got it.
releases. And it's very hit or miss because of it, because like
Sean has your smile, you know?
we'll talk more about it later, but essentially like your character is
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that works.
ooh, I like the first. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
Sweetie, you look as beautiful as the day we met.
And now let's get into hairstyle. But yeah, so like it severely limits the options, the dialogue options, because it limits how many voice line, like they're limited to however many voice lines they want to give the voice actors, and usually the fewer the better. Ooh, on the go looks kind of nice. Yeah, the ponytail one I'm not super fond of. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look that good. But on the go was good. Oh, this one I always like. Oh yeah. This is a great haircut right here. Fucking love it. But I don't think I'll go for it this time around. Ooh, Wendy the Welder. You know what? We could do that one. Yeah, let's see. So it was between Wendy the Welder and On the Go. I'm gonna go for Wendy. Wendy the Welder.
I have the best hairdresser, I swear.
And as for hair color, you're gonna tell me I can't choose green, aren't you? Let's see, we got silver, gray, steel gray, jet black, warm black, deep brown, chestnut brown. I like the red. The deep red's good. Auburn's also not that bad. Ginger, light brown, platinum blonde. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with Auburn.
You get a haircut yesterday?
Alright. I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to spend too long on character creation. I think this is perfect. Let's see. Oh wait, there's also a few other things to do. Extras. Makeup. I don't want to spend too long on makeup. We're gonna be in the like post-apocalypse, for Christ's sake. I don't need makeup. Blemishes, however. No, thank you. What are markings? Ah, yeah, like freckles and moles. Don't need any of those. Let's go to body. Alright, so body type. What kind of body are we going for? Well, if we are gonna go for something that's a bit more big guns, I'm thinking muscular and large. Kind of on that side of things. You know, nice and buff. Nothing wrong with a thick woman. Look at those hips. Hell yeah, shake those hips. Yeah, I think this is good. And we're done. And Sean, being a main character, actually, and also our flesh and blood, his skin color will change with whatever you choose for your own character. So if you choose, say, a darker skin tone, Sean will also spawn with a darker skin tone. But anyway, yeah, here we are in our lovely, lovely house. Just enjoying life in suburbia. Right near Boston. We've got our flag. Let's turn off that radio. I don't know if any of that's copyrighted music. But, you know, and then we got a camera.
We really need to get those vacation photos developed.
And yeah, here's another thing. Both main character options, Nora and Nate, the male and female options, they both have predetermined backstories. Nate was in the military.
I'm so proud of him. No need to get dressed twice.
Let's see. Yeah, Nate was in the military, and we were a lawyer. I'm trying to see if I can't find any proof of that.
He'll either be great at spelling or great at smashing blocks together. To think one day he's gonna learn how to drive. Wonder what Sean will grow up to be.
You're special. And this book is going to be very important later on, so keep it in mind.
Oh, how'd you get on the floor, Mr. Bear? Can't wait to teach him to ride this. Should get this signed next time we're at the park.
Anything else of note? Here's a door. Blast radius, most definitely involving most definitely a board game that involves some sort of radiation. Because we love putting radiation in basically everything before we even knew what it did. Anyway, here's Sean. Let's play with our child, our son. And let's see, there's our husband Nate. He's just kind of checking himself out in the mirror.
Hun?
Do I look nervous? I look nervous, don't I?
Yeah, he's apparently got a big speech or something to give tonight.
Let Codsworth take care of it.
And we got Codsworth, our lovely Mr. Handy robot, and you can actually see right there the box he came in.
A Braxo for all your cleaning needs.
And
Another fine product of General Atomics International.
anyway, hello.
Your coffee, 173.5 degrees Fahrenheit, brewed to perfection. And today's newspaper just delivered.
So yeah, we got ourselves Codsworth, our lovely guy who basically takes care of the house and everything. So we got our coffee. And
Grognak the Barbarian and the Jungle of the Bat Babies.
also keep that Grognak comic in mind.
More of the same.
Someone made a stinky. I shall attend to young Sean.
I know we were nervous at first, but I'm glad we got Codsworth.
Wish I could actually read the newspaper. But yeah, I mean, we can kind of overhear on the TV what's going on. There's like some stuff, some things. We got ourselves a fridge. I'm tired. And yeah, well, let's stop prolonging things.
It's that salesman again. I don't know why he keeps bothering you.
And now look at sports.
And as you saw on the TV there, yep, we've got ourselves basically, it's the Cold War never ended. It's still us versus communist. It's still capitalist versus communists and stuff like that. But yep. Oh wait, here we are.
A lot of late nights. It was worth it.
Persistent. I'll give him that.
Yeah, so we got ourselves a doctorate in law. Alright, let's talk to this doorman. Hello.
Morning! Vaultec calling.
Hello.
Good morning.
Isn't it? Just look at that sky out there. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
Well, glad you're here.
Then I'm glad I opened the door.
Oh, me too. You have no idea. Now, I know you're a busy woman, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being, a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family's service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
Cool.
Sounds great.
Oh, it is. Believe you me. Now, you're already cleared for entrance in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. I just need to verify some information. That's all.
All right.
Sure, let's do it.
Splendid! Splendid. Now, let's see.
All right. Now you actually saw there in the dialogue options, it's one of the big issues a lot of people have with this game, which is the fact that the dialogue, you're limited to only 4 buttons with like the live action voice acted dialogue. You're limited to only 4 options, and they all kind of just serve a similar purpose. A is just like the, yes, sure, go ahead, proceed with the dialogue option. X is the sarcastic, and yet we will still somehow proceed with the dialogue option. Y is the inquisitive option, which will ask a question. Sometimes there will be more than one, but usually it's just the one. And then B is the sometimes... Well, yeah, B is usually just like the back out option, but you're gonna come back to do the quest anyway. So it's like the game gets a lot of very due criticism for making it that way. Anyway, as for our name, I was taking a look, because this is also basically Fallout 4 was innovative in a lot of different ways that Bethesda had never done before, and I think very few game companies, if any, have done. Which is, you know, well, like the voiced the voice player character isn't something that other games haven't done. It's just something that's very unique that Bethesda hasn't done. But we also have another thing, which is there's a pre-selected list of names where if you name your character one of those names, Codsworth will call you by that name. It is only Codsworth. No one else in the entire game will refer to you as that name, but Codsworth will at the very least call you by your name. Now, I'll admit I cannot remember what any of those names were. And I don't think I wrote them down either. So I'm going to take a quick tab over to our good old friend Google, and we're going to decide on a name. So let's see. Fallout 4 names Codsworth can say. Head over to the wiki. So yeah, let's decide on a good name because Haru was not on there. But Hazel was. Okay. Yeah, so we're considering Hazel. And let's see. Yeah, okay. I think Hazel's good enough for me. So let's go with Hazel. Hazel. There we go. Now, our special stats. I did a test stream, both testing the performance of this game and also just double checking the different various perks that we're going to be needing later on in the game. because I could not remember any of them off the top of my head, therefore I couldn't remember exactly what special I'm gonna need to be doing. We are given significantly fewer special stats to give to our character. However, there is no cap. And every level up, we can just choose to increase one of our stats up to 10. So it's a little bit of a drawback, but like it's not a huge deal. Basically it just kind of forces you into being very meticulous about what perks you take and what special stats you choose. Anyway, I did decide beforehand what my stats are going to be, so we're going to have a strength of... Okay, so we're going to spend 8 points on strength, which puts us to strength 9. We're going to spend 3 points on perception, which puts us to 4. 7 points into intelligence. And the rest go into endurance. So, yeah. Now, these stats also just in general govern on tops of perks that are locked behind different levels of your special stats. The special stats themselves also govern general things. So strength affects carry weight, and it also affects how much damage your melee weapons do. Perception affects your accuracy and VATs. And I believe it still affects how far away on the compass, like, locations will show up, but I'm not positive on that one. But yeah, it does affect your accuracy and VATs. Endurance just affects your overall health and also how much you can sprint. Charisma affects your ability to pass speech checks and also gives you better prices in shops. Intelligence covers how much overall XP you get. And yeah, so having high intelligence means you will get more XP overall. Agility affects how many action points you have, just in general. But especially in VATs. So the number of action points you have to spend when you're in VATs is increased with, is decreased the higher your agility is, and it also makes you better at sneaking. And then luck, I believe it affects a few various minor things throughout the game, but the most important thing it affects is critical hits. And here's something I need to say. Critical hits in this game, if the only other Fallout games you've ever played have been 3 and New Vegas, or one of those two, you'll know critical hits are just a thing that happen randomly. There is no way for you to control whether or not an attack you're going to land will be a crit, and yeah. This game completely changes that. Now crits are no longer a matter of chance. They're something that you, as the player, have the active role of deciding when to use them. You build them up, you have to use VATS. If you do not use VATS, you cannot build up your critical meter. So it's you have to use VATS occasionally. And yeah. Basically you press a button in VATS to activate the critical, and the critical is a guaranteed chance to hit. So not only is it critical damage, it's a guarantee. So say you have an enemy that is very far away and you have a 1% chance to hit in VATS, you can go ahead and use your crit, and then boom, it's a 100% chance that you just hit that person. So crits are very, very useful, very valuable, and I think very undervalued by people who just do not use VATS in this game, because like they never really get to see just how broken crits are. In this game, crits are just kind of amazing.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
Hey, it's peace of mind. That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
But anyway,
Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that maternal affection you seem to be so good at.
Go ahead, honey. I'll be there in a second to help, okay?
but yeah, back to reality, living in suburbia, nuclear annihilation on the horizon, and so we just got invited to a local vault. So, hell yeah.
My boy isn't giving his mother any trouble, is he? Hey, I fixed that mobile on his crib the other day. Why don't you give it a spin? That's my boy. On his best behavior, just like his dad. Well, most of the time anyway. Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Sir? Mum? You should come and see this!
Codsworth? What's wrong?
Alright.
Followed by... yes, followed by flashes, blinding flashes. Sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation. We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. We do have coming in. That's, confirmed reports, I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
Well, the moment has come.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
The moment has come. The bombs are dropping. And we need to get to the vault. Now, there is no actual time limit here. We can spend as long as we want.
Sanctuary Hills,
Hey!
you are registered.
This is just a drill, right? This can't really be happening.
Yeah, who knows how many of these people are actually registered for the vault? Probably not that many. I just saw that kid run past earlier. Interesting. But yeah, we get to take a quick brief look around our neighborhood while everyone's panicking and the bombs are about to fall.
You are registered. Evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
And yeah, I think it's about time we go. Didn't really get a chance to meet our neighbors or get to see what this life is like.
Of Sanctuary Hills. If you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
I will say that there are two issues with that. Hang on. Let me pause real quick. There are two problems with the opening, and it's hard to solve it in either way that would be satisfactory. Either you keep the ending short, but then there's no like real consequence. You don't really get to know your husband other than the fact he was your husband. You don't get to know your child even though the fact he was your child. You'd never get to meet any of your neighbors. None of them are characters that you get to know at all. But the plus side is you get to head right on to the vault without any issues. So you get to just jump straight into the game. So that's a good thing of like the opening being shorter. It's not unskippable, but you can do it in under an hour, probably under 30 minutes if you really rush through it. And yeah, having skippable openings, or at least openings that are interesting and also don't feel like they drag on too long, like you're clinging on the edge of your seat saying, hey, let me get to the gameplay already. Those are important. Fallout 3 had an opening. Which basically had you growing up in the vault. Like, that was the entire opening sequence of Fallout 3, was skipping through several years of your life, I believe, until you reach, like, what is it, age 16, age 18, somewhere around there. From age 1. So, like, from birth up until you're like the tutorial is done and it's time for you to leave the vault, that is the opening. And it's good in that it gives you a nice established connection with the vault and the people in the vault, and you like understand your role in the vault and you understand all this stuff. The downside of doing things that way is it's really fucking long, and if you're itching to get out into the Capital Wasteland, sucks to be you. So this game kind of does the opposite, where it doesn't really give you a chance to get to know much of anything around here. You get to see like some commentary here and there if you choose to interact with the various things around your house. But for the most part, yeah, it's just immediately rushing until the bombs get dropped. So, anyway, the bombs are falling. Let's get to the vault. Yeah, everyone is running to the vault. We've got the military that is actually helping people get to the vault.
Okay. I'm reporting this!
If you're in the program, step forward. Otherwise...
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Good luck, sir.
Follow me. Come on. What's gonna happen to all those people outside the gate?
Everything we can. Now keep moving.
Alright. And here we come up to one of the most chilling moments in the entire game.
Almost there. Is Sean okay?
He's fine. We're gonna be okay. I love you.
Oh my god!
And there it is. Oh, that always sends me chills, and it is absolutely devastating. Like the power of nuclear force that can just destroy Boston.
You made it.
And there it was. We
Everyone
witnessed
please
it
step off the
firsthand.
elevator and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion.
No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home. Vault 111. A better future underground.
So we just...
Yes, up the stairs.
I can't believe it. If we left a minute later...
No,
We don't
get caught up thinking about that. You're safe now. Everyone, just head up these stairs and through the door there.
Just this way, please.
So here we could get a chance to meet with our neighbors a little bit, but there's not really much to meet. Like,
This way, please.
spoiler alert for things to come, but they aren't going to be around for very long.
Just this way.
But yeah, these are like the few neighbors that we could actually interact with in some way.
There. Take a seat. Just step over to the table.
Alright, I'll
You'll
take
need
a
your
suit.
suits before we can take you further. What now?
Just follow the doctor here. He'll show you where to go.
All right, you three. Follow me.
See? This is our new home.
Oh, you're gonna love it here. This is one of our most advanced facilities. And not that the others aren't great, mind you.
Take a vault suit, then head down the hall.
It's gone. Our home. Everything we had.
My mother and father down in D.C. Oh, God, honey. What if they didn't make it?
I know this is a difficult time, but Vault Tech will be with you every step of the way. You'll thrive here.
Did you have any family outside the city?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. We'll never see them again.
Please, these people need some space.
Move along.
Yeah, it's been kind of fucking traumatic. We all woke up with a morning of coffee and sugar bombs, and now basically everyone that we know is dead. And if we happen to have family that was living away, they're either dead or also in a vault. And if they're in a vault, we will still never get to see them again. So
How long do you think we'll be down
yeah.
Oh, we'll be going over all that in orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
It's a good fit, don't you think?
Just checking everyone off the
designed
list
to be
as they come in.
fashionable as well as comfortable.
Prepared for the future, right?
Such a lovely family you have. I hope you'll see this as your new home.
Just step
Alright.
in here and put your vault suit on.
It'll be okay.
Who's my little guy, huh? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
There she is, see? Mommy's not going far.
All set? Just step inside and put on your vault suit.
Alright. Let's do this. Put on our lovely, lovely vault suit.
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
Time for a whole new life.
Resident secure. Occupant vitals normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fucking cold in here. and down goes her husband. What was that about a backup, huh?
Cryogenic array. All residents must vacate immediately.
So, Vault 111 is very different from all the other vaults in that,
Critical failure. Cryogenic.
Oh, God. Why would Vault-Tec do this? Come on. There has to be a release. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, God.
there's Nate.
I'll find who did this. And I'll get Sean back. I promise.
Must vacate.
And we get the wedding ring. Now, everyone else is dead. There were like critical failures and whatnot. We happen to be the only survivor. And yeah, as I was saying, Vault 111 is very different from all the other vaults. Because the thing with the other vaults is they were designed to be housing units for multiple generations of residents. And, you know, like the idea, of course, being that we preserve humanity so that they can eventually emerge when it's safe to live on the surface again. Of course, Vault-Tec experimented in basically every single one of these vaults. I think one was a control vault, but other than that, everything else was an experiment. And the experiment associated with this vault was cryostasis. So basically, yeah, let's see. So let's see. Yeah. Basically everyone else died because the light supports failed. So while everyone else in every other vault is going to have to experience going through like... Oh. Fair? Wait, what?
All residents must vacate immediately.
I didn't know you could go through here. Monitoring terminal. That's the same exact thing that we were looking at before. Hang on. Have I gone full circle? No, I guess these are just more occupants. Okay. But yeah, basically we, as residents of Vault 111, were one of the few Vault we were one of the few Vault residents that was actually ever going, or like supposed to, make it out into the open world. I will take that flip lighter. It's been a while since I played, so it's hard to remember exactly which things are useful or not, but every little bit of junk is useful to some degree. So let's take a look at this terminal, see what was going on. So, the instructions for Vault 111 security. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. Security staff are responsible for maintaining installation integrity and monitoring science staff activity. Under no circumstances are staff allowed to deviate from assigned duties. Insubordination or interference with vault operations are capital offenses. Security staff are authorized to use lethal force. Okay. Upon activation notice from Vault-Tec, all personnel are required to report to the entry area and assist with admittance of Vault residents. Security personnel will maintain order and to ensure that no personnel or residents attempt to evacuate the Vault. Research staff will be reasonable for residents' intake and escort each to the designated cryogenic pod. Residents not accounted for in the manifest should be asked to step aside and detained forcefully by security if necessary. Once all residents have been sealed into their preservation chambers, dispose of any detainees. Vault entryway must remain sealed under any circumstances. Staff duties. Science staff. Members of the research team must daily monitor the vital signs of cryogenic preserved residents. Cardiopulmonary and cognitive activity in particular must be recorded hourly. Life-saving intervention is only permitted if greater than 80% of the resident population has perished while in cryogenic suspension and must not interrupt suspension. Independent research is encouraged and left to overseer discretion. Security personnel. Security patrols are to be carried out on a constant 8-hour rotation. Security priorities include monitoring for signs of intrusion, checking for atmosphere leaks, settling disputes among personnel, enforcement of regulations set forth by the overseer, and enforcement of regulations set forth by Vault-Tec. And the facility services and maintenance. Due to the nature of Vault 111, personnel will not be expected to perform duties outside of their normal qualifications, such as janitorial duties and food preparation. The exact distribution of these roles is left to overseer discretion. And for the all clear message, following a nuclear event, Vault-Tec will monitor hazards such as radiation levels, enemy invasion, subsequent attacks, and other factors. Once conditions are deemed safe, this terminal will receive an all-clear notice. Upon receiving the all-clear notice, Vault-Tec personnel may be evacuated at overseer discretion. Disregard any notices from organizations or individuals not associated with Vault-Tec, including government and military. Residents are not to be disrupted or evacuated. Vault-Tec will attend to their needs remotely once Vault 11 staff has been evacuated. Mandatory shelter period. Vault 111 is classified as a short-term assignment. Non-resident personnel are expected to carry out research duties and basic maintenance of the vault while awaiting the all-clear signal to evacuate. In the absence of an all-clear message from Vault-Tec, the overseer may elect to evacuate staff after a mandatory shelter period of 180 days of containment. Under no circumstance may Vault 111 staff evacuate during this shelter period, unless receiving the all-clear message from Vault-Tec. And security logs. So October 23rd, 2077, the day the bombs fell. God, it finally happened. The world's over. Barely got all the residents inside. Not everyone made it. Now it's just us and the icebergs. I don't get it. Eggheads tried to explain to me that keeping them frozen is a big experiment. For a better future or something. I don't know. Just doesn't seem right that we were smiling at them all that time before putting them on ice. Shouldn't we have told them something? Christmas Day 2077. Christmas underground. Got together with the rest of the security boys and support staff and had a little party. Best gift that got handed out was a fancy lad's snack cake that wasn't too stale. None of the scientists came. Overseer wasn't there either. I just don't get them. They hiding something from us? Another company secret only for the higher-ups? Whatever. Just a few more months until the all-clear is supposed to come through. Then we start rebuilding. March 14th, 2078. Only a few weeks left in our mandatory shelter period. Everyone's getting stir crazy. Some people are even saying the all-clear signal is never coming. We can't stay here much longer, that's for sure. It's not just the fact that I've been staring at the same break room and bunk bed for over 6 months, it's the fact that we only have enough food left for another few months. Tops. The Overseer keeps telling everyone to be patient, focus on work. He's definitely keeping us out of the loop. Something bad is going on. I just know it. April 23rd, 2078. The main door accessing the vault exit is malfunctioning. Now the only way out is through the Overseer's evacuation tunnel. How convenient for him. He has one science team watching the door into his office at all times from a little makeshift checkpoint. Got invited to a meeting tonight. Support staffers and security only. Sounds like I'm not the only one with the axe to grind. And the last entry. No all clear from Vault-Tec is coming. We need to leave. We're all but out of food. I almost murdered Stanley for dropping a damn salt cracker on the floor. A handful of us confronted the Overseer about opening up the vault. I never knew a man that small could shout that loud. Now he's locked himself in his office along with the rest of the science staff. We're supposed to hand over any food, weapons, and medicine we have by tonight, or there's going to be consequences. I've talked to everyone. It's time. One way or another, we're getting out of this vault. So, yeah. Basically, the experiment is that we, the residents, were supposed to be kept in cryostasis for who knows how long. The vault itself, the staff were really only supposed to be here for short term, 180 days, or until an all clear was sent from Vault-Tec, and no all clear was sent. Food was running short, and so yeah, sacrifices had to be made. Or something. Anyway.
Giant roaches. What the hell?
Yep, giant roaches. Alright, we've got all these coffee cups in here. Let's see. If I ever need to, I can come back for the coffee cups. If I remember correctly, ceramic is very important if you're playing with, what do you call it? I think hot plate's useful for something. If you're playing and sure, I'll take the toaster. With power armor. Power armor, you're gonna be needing ceramic for, I believe. I don't know that for a fact. Anyway, let's open up this recreation terminal, see what's on here. Overseer memo. Remember, use of the recreational terminal is a privilege. If work performance declines, this privilege may be revoked. Enjoy responsibly. Top 10. Yeah, here's the whole list. I don't know if this is an Easter egg or anything. Maybe these are the initials of people that worked on the game or whatever. But anyway, there we go. We got Red Menace, which is a game that we can play on the the Pip-Boy once we get there. Anyway, but yes, I mentioned power armor, and that is kind of the idea. I think big guns goes very well with power armor. It's really just gonna be a question of, yeah, how to best manage that.
Where is everyone?
Because I've actually never played a playthrough, like, I've used power armor occasionally, but I've never actually, like, gone all the way through to, oh, hang on, also let's double check settings. I'm gonna set the difficulty to very hard. Oops, VTube Studios having a poop. And the reason I'm doing that, let me reset VTube Studio real quick. The reason I'm doing that is for the sole reason of basically the thing is, the way the difficulty is managed, not including survival mode, is it basically just increases your enemy's health and decreases your health, which is not a great way of doing difficulty in any way, shape, or form. Also, hello? Okay, so clearly it wasn't VTube Studio that was having the problem. It was some connection with the phone, and there's the connection back. Awesome. Alright, let's recenter ourselves here. But, yeah, so the way difficulty is managed is essentially, yeah, the higher your level, the higher the level of difficulty, the more damage you take, and the less damage that your enemies take. With the exception of survival mode, which vastly increases the amount of damage that you take, but it also vastly increases the amount of damage that your enemies take. So, for instance, a gun with bullets that you would expect to be able to kill a person can, in fact, kill a person. It's not perfect, but yeah, it's a better system in a lot of different ways. However, I'm also way too scared to try survival mode because it limits your save options. It has, yeah, it's an interesting mode that I want to try someday, but especially not with the big guns mode. I'm not gonna be playing that. Anyway.
Is this all that's left?
Let us, ooh, we've also got some eyeglasses. Let's check out the Overseer's terminal, see what we've got on here. So, overseer instructions for Vault 111. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. Your staff will be on short-term assignment to monitor basic cardiopulmonary and cognitive functions. Long-term monitoring will be handled remotely by Vault-Tec technicians. Under no circumstances is suspension to be disrupted. This includes the administration of life-saving measures. Your staff is also considered expendable. Insubordination or attempts to evacuate prematurely are capital violations. Unused cryogenic pods are the preferred method for cadaver disposal. The cryolator, that weapon you see over there in that master locked box. I've long dreamed of making cryogenic freezing available in a portable, on-demand form. The cryolator is my latest attempt. Thankfully, we're in no short supply of the chemicals and components I need to tinker with the prototype. It's a nice way to occupy the time as we wait for the all-clear signal. Operations Protocol Manual. Residence admittance. Upon activation notice from Vault-Tec, all personnel are required to report to the entry area and assist. Pretty sure we've seen this one before, I think. Yeah. Staff duties. We've already checked all of those. All clear and evacuation. Overseer's log. Preparations. Final staff orientation is complete. All but a few of the residents down in Sanctuary Hills will be enrolled, and several from Concord as well. Vault-Tec supervisors came up this week to do a technical review with me. This vault is ready to open. I can only imagine what wonders our residents will get to witness the notion of leaping forward in time. I almost wish I could join them and see the promise of our future realized. October 23rd. It's happened. We were lucky that most of the staff was nearby when the early warning came through. We had less notice than expected, but only Nordhagen was missing when we sealed the entrance. Resident admittance went smoothly. Everyone made it, even the family that waited until the last minute. I was worried there would be more suspicion, but things happened so fast for these people. We must have been too overwhelmed to question the cryogenic pods. System malfunction. Strange issue today with pod C3. Subject appeared to be having heart palpitations. Nothing life-threatening, but unusual. We realized almost too late that the pod was malfunctioning. The cryogenic array almost started thawing her out. We're not sure, but I suspect a hiccup in Vault-Tec's remote override system may have sent an errant signal. We'll have to keep an eye out. I only hope the systems are reliable once we evacuate the staff. Supplies running low. There's been no all-clear signal yet, even though we're nearing the end of the 180-day mandatory shelter period. Supplies were never intended to last more than that, and despite my best efforts, people are beginning to question what we're doing down here. If people think we can just leave when the 180 days are up, they're insane. The radioactive exposure would still be potent enough to fry everyone if the vault seals are breached that early. The whole point of the all-clear was to receive additional instructions from the main office. I don't know what to do. I can't open the vault. I can't expect our supplies to last forever. I just have to keep everything under control until the all-clear. Mutiny. A faction led by the security personnel has turned on me, demanding they be allowed to leave the vault. Idiots. I will not open the door to be irradiated to death out there. I'm consolidating the remaining supplies, putting the staff on lockdown. We're going to have to start prioritizing who deserves what little food we have left. I've been too damn generous with the rations. If people don't like it, well, that's fewer mouths to feed. Alright, oh wait, was there more? Ah yes, open the evacuation tunnel. Alright. Now, let's check out the gunplay. Gonna take some getting used to, but I'm going to be fine, especially once we get access to VATS. And yeah, Vault 111's not a terribly long dungeon. Luckily, it's pretty straightforward. Getting all that rad roach meat.
Is anyone alive? Did anyone get out? Everyone's dead.
Everyone is dead. Ooh, 10mm rounds. Hello. Alright. Also, let's head down here. Right, yep, this was that place. So that's now open. And now... let's take our Pip-Boy. Boot that thing up. Alright, there's our Pip-Boy. Now let me go ahead and equip my eyeglasses for better perception. Literally no reason not to. Wait. That's enough for now. All we need to do is open the vault.
Vault door cycling sequence initiated. Please stand back.
Quite a sequence. There's one thing Bethesda's good at, it's presentation. Anyway, don't need to change anything. Let's exit the vault.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
So there we have it. we are emerging into the Commonwealth. Yeah, this was our home. Once upon a time. Then the bomb dropped and... Yep. Not much left of it. Anyway, we will leave exploring the rest of this in part 2. Part 1 took a bit longer than I expected to record. I guess I just had to go on a few little talking tangents here or there, and don't worry, those tangents are here to stay because I just function like that. I'm gonna want to talk about the game as I play the game. But yeah, welcome to the new series. I can't promise, but I'm pretty confident that all the rest of the episodes are going to be faster paced than this one was. This one was just a bit slow paced, so I could get everything caught up and diddly-diddly-dee. And just, yeah, you know, me kind of taking my time to explore the vault and talk about various things. But yeah, if you want to check in the description below, you can find a link to my card, which has access to all the different places where you can find and support me, like Twitch, where I stream, and you can also subscribe to me on Twitch there. And you can also find me on Twitter, and I also have a Stream Elements page where you can leave a tip if you're interested at all. I also have a Discord server where I occasionally host watch parties, and did I mention Throne Wishlist? I think I mentioned Throne Wishlist. Yeah, and then as for here on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, hit the bell notification. Every single one of those things will boost the algorithm and let the YouTube algorithm know that you like this content, and will boost it so more people get to see it. So yeah, every little bit helps, even if you can't help financially. Also, in the description, you should find a playlist for the entire series. That includes part 0, which was the test stream that I did. So if you're in any way interested in, like, that whole process, it's there. So yeah. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for watching. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.